Hola, amigos. The journey to learning a new language, English in my case, is like trying to climb a mountain wearing roller skates. Fun, but full of stumbles. Now let me tell you a bit about my own tumble-filled journey. As a native Spanish speaker, the English language was a whole new world for me. Picture me, a wide-eyed enthusiast trying to master the art of rolling my R's in rural, and navigating the choppy waters of though, through, and thorough. Pronunciation, my tongue's worst enemy. Then came the labyrinth of English grammar, with its phrasal verbs and present perfect tenses. It felt like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. And let's not forget the vast ocean of vocabulary. Words everywhere, and not a drop of Spanish to drink. But despite these struggles, I persevered. Why? Because language is a beautiful journey, not a destination. Remember folks, every journey begins with a single paso or step for our non-Spanish speakers. Now let's dive into the pool of language learning mistakes. Don't worry, it's not as deep as it looks. It's filled with experiences, mishaps, and laughter. So buckle up and let's take a splash. First up on our list of common mistakes is the dreaded lack of practice. You know, it's like buying a guitar and never strumming it. You can't expect to play beautiful melodies if you never touch the strings. The same goes for language learning. You can't become fluent if you don't regularly use the language. So roll up your sleeves and get talking, writing, reading, and listening. Next is the grammar goblin. Yes, grammar is important, but focusing too much on it can become a stumbling block. You don't need to know every single rule to start speaking a language. It's like trying to memorize the entire recipe book before cooking your first dish. Trust me, you'll get a taste of the grammar as you cook up conversations. Moving on, we have the fear of making mistakes. This fear is like a big, scary monster under your language learning bed. But guess what? That monster is just a pile of stuffed toys. Making mistakes is a part of the process. It's not about being perfect, it's about progress. So don't be afraid to trip and fall, because every stumble is a step forward. Lastly, we have cultural isolation. Learning a new language isn't just about words and grammar. It's about embracing a new culture, its traditions, its music, its food. It's like going to a party and only sticking to the corner. You gotta dance, mingle, and enjoy the fiesta. So there you have it. 4 common mistakes in language learning: not practicing regularly, focusing too much on grammar, fear of making mistakes, and not immersing oneself in the culture. But remember, mistakes are not the enemy, they are our best teachers. So, let's embrace them. Okay, let's shift gears. It's time to turn that frown upside down and learn Spanish the fun way. You see, language learning doesn't have to feel like you're wrestling with a polar bear on a slippery ice. It can be as enjoyable as eating churros on a sunny Spanish plaza. And that's where the book Spanish the Fun Way comes in. Imagine a book that makes you laugh while teaching you the difference between ser and estar. Picture a guide that lets you play with the Spanish language like a kitten with a ball of yarn instead of treating it like a hot potato. That's Spanish the Fun Way for you. It's not just a book, it's a fiesta in the form of text. It takes you on a journey through the vibrant Spanish language, culture, and humor. But wait, there's more. Not only will you learn Spanish, you'll also get a free invite to the most exclusive party in town. The Party of Understanding Spanish Jokes, and trust me, there's nothing like laughing in 2 languages. It's like having a superpower, only cooler. And speaking of cool, how about we add a cherry on top? If you're serious about learning Spanish and having a blast while at it, I'd recommend subscribing to Spanish.Education and following them on all social media platforms. They serve daily Spanish lessons like a chef serves tapas, bite-sized, flavorful, and totally irresistible. And if you have kids, here's a deal sweeter than a Spanish flan. You can get 2 free live classes with a native speaker. Just follow the link in the description. So, to recap, we've got a fun-filled book, daily Spanish tapas, and 2 free classes. That's a triple treat right there. So, if you want to learn Spanish without feeling like you're studying for a dreaded exam, Spanish the Fun Way is your go-to guide. Practice, my friends, is the magic potion of mastering a language. And who said potions can't be fun? Just like brewing a potion, learning a language requires the right ingredients in the right proportions. And the most important ingredient? You guessed it, practice. It's like a salsa dance. The more you move your feet, the better you get. But what if you don't have a dance partner? Well, that's where Spanish.Education steps in. They provide daily lessons and fun practice exercises on all their social media platforms. It's like having a dance partner available 24/7, ready to tango whenever you are. And remember, it's not about being perfect from day one, It's about improving little by little, every day. And yes, there might be some embarrassing missteps along the way, but that's all part of the fun journey. Remember, practice makes perfect, or at least less embarrassing in public. All right, amigos, it's time to wrap this language fiesta up. We've journeyed through the Spanish struggle, feeling the fiery heat of those tricky conjugations and the icy chill of mispronounced words, but we've learned that mistakes are not just inevitable. They're also our best teachers. They're the spicy salsa on our language learning nachos. We've discovered that learning Spanish, or any language for that matter, doesn't have to be a chore. It can be a fiesta, a celebration of culture and communication. The key is to make it fun, to turn the process into a game that's as enjoyable as it is educational. And finally, we've underscored the importance of practice. It's the magic ingredient that turns language learners into language speakers. It's the seasoning that brings out the flavors of our newly acquired linguistic skills. Don't forget to subscribe for more language learning fun, and check out the link in the description for 2 free live Spanish classes. Hasta la vista!